Distinguished delegates, Chair, good morning. The UK welcomes the efforts made by the United Nations, countries around the world, and non-governmental organisations to begin the implementation of the Sendai Framework, agreed in 2015. In particular, we congratulate the Government of Mexico for hosting the 5th Global Platform meeting, and we thank the United Nations for convening it. The United Kingdom continues to develop our own comprehensive resilience architecture, both unilaterally and, when appropriate, with partners. We remain committed to sharing lessons learned on our own resilience journey with the international community. We must now turn our minds wholly to implementation of this agreement. This requires action in several areas. First, we must have a shared understanding of what we are going to be measuring as we implement the agreement. We call on the UN ISDR to provide clear technical guidance to all countries on what we should and we should not be measuring. We must not let a quest for perfect data prevent us from agreeing clear, simple, and reproducible requirements which can be met by all. Sometimes, this must mean taking pragmatic decisions to achieve our aim. Second, this must be done in conjunction with other global frameworks and agreements, particularly the Sustainable Development Goals and commitments to manage risks arising from climate change. We need to ensure long-term trends and changes to risk profiles are considered, as well as immediate disaster risk. Where there are clear synergies between parallel international frameworks, we should produce accurate and robust data once and use it many times. We must not increase burdens on nations without a clear purpose. And we look to the United Nations agencies to ensure efforts are as effectively coordinated as possible. Third, the UK continues to place science and technology at the heart of the Sendai Framework. We've worked hard to ensure the European platform fully recognises the role science must play in implementing the agreement, from reaching clear, simple, and reproducible measurements through informing investment in prevention and preparedness approaches to underpinning of early warning systems for whole populations. This was further reiterated in the outcomes of the recent European Forum meeting, and the UK encourages all regional platforms to place science at the heart of the implementation process. Fourth, resilience and disaster risk reduction should be a priority for all of our overseas development efforts. This should be done with strategic, long-term approach that is integrated across all sectors and institutionalizes effective early warning systems and early action. Measures to support better risk reduction at national and local level must be directly responsive and accountable to vulnerable communities. They should promote capacity to manage risks at the local level and promote decision-making based on monitoring data that is consistently collected and appropriately disaggregated. Fifth, a significant scale-up is needed in the use of ex-ante risk financing instruments, including insurance, by developing countries. Pre-arranged risk financing would enable payouts to be triggered automatically and reach countries faster and more reliably than traditional aid. The UK government is working closely with the insurance sector, including London's world-leading expertise and capacity, to ensure cost-effective products are available at all levels of society, from the individual to the state. At the historic meeting of the Global Platform in Sendai, Japan in 2015, we reached an important milestone in agreeing the framework for disaster risk reduction. However, that is simply a milestone along the difficult road we are on to reduce the impact of disasters on the lives of our citizens. We have a long road ahead of us out to 2030, but we must focus on making progress every day, week, month, and year until then. Thank you very much.